Thank you, Charles. Jonathan Johnson again with Hopping Green and Sam's. Happy to be back with you tonight. I know we're trying to move through a little quickly. I want to talk about a couple of things. One is just to dispel any confusion. The decision we're asking you to make tonight is to issue a letter of non-objection, which will be filed with your local delegation and with the Florida legislature. Nothing about your action tonight would permit one additional new unit to be built within the lands in the ENCPA. You've made your planning level decisions in designating that area. Each time a DSAP comes back through, you're going to make growth management decisions about whether and in what configuration to allow the development of the land. The decision we're asking you to make tonight, sorry, I didn't mean to jump through that, is to simply issue that letter of non-objection so that we can put in place the community governance and management tool for only the lands within these boundaries, which are currently all owned by Rainier, that we think will be the best tool not only for ourselves, but for our customers, your future constituents, and for you to ensure that the vision which you had when you approved the ENCPA, and which you consider each time a DSAP comes through, will be managed and met in the long term. We've talked a little bit about how it works. It works very much like a community development district. You have 6 of those in your county now. The powers that are given to the stewardship district mirror and look very much like, with some additions that we've discussed with your staff, what you would have in a typical CDD. It will obviate the need for multiple districts over time and provide a more efficient and one-stop shopping point of contact between this community and the county commission as it develops. It does not provide stewardship over or impact the rivers. It does not provide for eminent domain power outside of its boundaries unless you direct it. And that is the same language that is included in every community development district in the state of Florida and the ones that you have. Otherwise, it is a much more efficient mechanism, as we have discussed. We've talked a little bit about the benefits, and we think that this is a win-win-win situation. It's a win for us in terms of providing a cost-effective source of capital. It's a win for our consumers and your future voters, who will have what we believe is the very best mechanism to maintain the community and their vision. And it's a win for you because you will have a bankable governmental entity with whom you will deal, and we expect through a number of interlocal agreements to flesh out exactly how recreation services will be provided, etc. I think it's important to be very clear, and in this last bullet point, there is nothing about the creation of the stewardship district, and certainly nothing about the vote we're asking of you tonight, but certainly not even anything about the legislature's ultimate action that we hope will be favorable, that will change one environmental regulation. The Water Management District, the DEP, the DOT, all of those regulatory agencies will continue to have the same jurisdiction that they have today. And you, as the Board of County Commissioners, will continue to have the same growth management, zoning, planning, building regulations, all of those things that you have today, you will continue to have. There's not one thing about the establishment of the stewardship district that we are asking you as the county to cede to the stewardship district. It provides a tool for us to provide services and facilities over and above what you would otherwise provide. So a few fact versus fiction, and I know we hit these during the workshop, so I'll hit them quickly. Can the district expand at will? No. It's very clear in 2 places in the Act, as we've negotiated and discussed with your staff. The only way for the stewardship district to expand its boundaries is to come back to this county commission and obtain a letter of non-objection, just like we're asking for tonight to create the district. The district will not reduce the tax revenue that you are receiving. The units within the ENCPA will pay 100% of the taxes, and there is nothing about the establishment of this district that would change any of those revenues. Every single revenue source you have will continue regardless of whether this district is in place or not. And the lands and the units within it will pay 100% of their taxes. Again, I've already hit on this. All of your ordinances, all of your planning regulations, all of the environmental regulations, everything stays in place. This provides a cost-effective and efficient mechanism for us to go above and beyond what you otherwise would do. Nothing about the Stewardship District Act will create a new town. All the same standards for incorporation of municipalities apply to the lands within the ENCPA, and there's nothing about your action tonight or about the legislature's action that would change that. And finally, the infrastructure that is proposed to be provided. To the extent that you approve additional development within the ENCPA, as each DSAP comes to you, it has a need for infrastructure improvements. This tool, this mechanism, is the best way for this community and for us as owners of the land and for our future customers to meet those infrastructure needs. And we've talked about how that works through the tax exempt bond market. Again, that only applies to owners of land within the district. If you do not own lands within the district, you do not pay assessments, taxes, fees, or otherwise that would be imposed on those properties. Those are applied only to the property within the district and paid only by owners who choose to locate within the ENCPA and within the district. So here we are on November 28th. We'll be back on Thursday to meet with the local delegation. And this is in sum the process. Charles, is there anything else you want to hit? I think I just want to close on my portion just to remind you, nothing changes. All the laws remain in place. We believe we have a very cost-effective mechanism that is very similar to what you have here for the community development districts. And we hope for your approval and support of the non-objection letter.